Welcome to the Customer Romance Know Your Customer course. We want to find out the difference between customer and client. Oftentimes, you find a lot of people misusing the two. So let's go and get the distinctions. So it's customer versus client. And I'm sure you're wondering, why is it important? I mean, at the end of the day, these two categories of people bring you money. That's true. That's the similarities, and that's what they have in common. However, there are some distinctions between the two, and it's important for us to know and understand these distinctions. Remember, we're trying to get to know our customers properly, and one of the important things is to know how to address them appropriately. So let's look at customer. What makes a customer different from a client? Let's look at what they purchase. So first of all, a customer would usually buy or pay for a product. So something that is tangible, something that we can touch and see. The client would usually purchase or pay for services, something that we cannot see. Now, if you come back to the customer, you realize that customers usually do one-time transactions. And so, for example, someone might walk into a departmental store, pick a bottle of water, and walk out. That person is a customer. Even though they paid for the product, they've just paid for something once and they're out. In fact, that particular person might go back to that same departmental store 2, 3, 4 times more. But that person is still not considered a client because they do not have any relationship with the service provider or the organization that sold them the product. The client would usually have a relationship with the service provider or the organization that provides them with the service. So a client would usually go to a professional, for example, an accountant, a doctor, a lawyer, a consultant. All these people or all these professionals will not refer to the people who buy from them or their purchasers as customers. They would refer to them as clients because there is a relationship building process. They know the names of the people they're dealing with. They know the peculiar problems that these people have. They know the addresses. They know the telephone numbers and what have you. But when you look at the customer and the person who gives the customer or provides the customer with the product, there's no relationship. There are no questions asked if I walk into a restaurant just to buy. They might not even ask for my name. But it's completely different when you go to someone who is providing a service for somebody they call a client. So those are the two distinctions. But there's also something that's quite different. You can have an organization referring to somebody who purchases products from them as a client. Now, let me give you an example. So let's look at a departmental store, for example. A departmental store who deals with a restaurant. So that particular store maybe provides the restaurants with things, groceries and ingredients that they need to run the restaurant. Now, because that particular restaurant deals with the product provider on a monthly basis, and because the product provider knows the name of the company, where they're situated, how much they need every month, and it's in constant communication with them, that particular restaurant ceases to be a customer. That restaurant is an entity, therefore the restaurant becomes a client and not a customer. That's one instance where a customer or somebody buying products can be termed as a client and not a customer. So I hope the distinction is clear. Product, services. One-time purchase, continuous purchases. No relationship whatsoever, relationship with the service provider. Those are the differences between a customer and a client. So the next time you meet somebody who is bringing you money, or if you're serving somebody, understand what that particular person is. Ask yourself, is this person a customer or a client?